Welcome back to the workshop. We're inside in painted walls and lighting. Well, not brilliant lighting because there's no light in the middle. I put the light at the edges at the moment. There will be more down here. So this video, floor. Before I can do much more in here, I've only put simple power in here, simple lighting. It's going to get a lot more complicated, but I bought some carpet. It's down here. And I'm going to put that down. But before I do that, a couple of other things. I need to fill a few holes. There's a few holes, knots missing in the wood. Not holes in the wood, but there were knots. When I was painting it, I found some really quite obvious ones. There's one down here that you can see straight outside. A couple of others are just annoying. So I'm going to fill them. I've got a couple of holes in the floor as well I want to fill and tape over, because then I want to put a plastic sheet down just to stop moisture coming through, and then I'm going to put the carpet down. So in this video, carpet, okay? Nothing complicated. I'm not using grip rods. I'm literally going to nail it down, well, staple it down. It doesn't really need anything more complicated than that. I will probably have to finish the edge because I'm not going to cut carpet straight, am I? But I got a nice remnant. It was like 90 quid. Really good remnant of just some grey, strong carpet. And it'll deaden down the noise in here. It'll insulate it slightly as well. And we'll get on with it. So that's what we're doing in this video. But I did have a really good comment on the other videos, which brings me, comment on the videos. I really do like I know there's a huge delay with me getting these videos out, but I'm still learning stuff from them, and hopefully other people watching it will see the comments as well. But someone said, am I going to insulate the roof because it's only thin, because that video's only just gone up? No, not at the minute is the easy answer to that one, because I don't know what the temperature's going to be like in here. It hasn't been too bad so far, and it's just a plain room. It's going to vary. I'm going to put a heater in here. I did try some long oil heater things, but they were crap. They've gone back to Amazon, and I'm just going to get a nice heater. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to get an oil heater probably, but I do quite like the fake log fire ones. It would be quite nice. But the roof, as you can tell, you can hear it's quite echoey in here at the minute. I'm probably going to put sound panels across the roof just to quieten it down, but that then also means insulation. So I've sort of left that at the I have left it at the minute to revisit it once I've started getting some things in here, because the floor's going to make a huge difference. So, and we're going to have things on the walls. Once I actually start getting some furniture in here, it's going to make quite a big difference. So the plan is, in this video, we're going to get the floor done, going to get the plastic down, and then get the carpet down. I'm recovering from flu. My wife's been off. I've been cutting my hours short because I've literally been going to work, doing what's necessary and coming home and then just falling asleep. Everybody seems to have had this flu that's going around. Not COVID, this one's flu. So no energy. So I'm going to be taking breaks and lots of coffee today because I'm only just getting over it. And it's the weekend. I want to spend some time with my wife, even though she's dying a death in the house. But we'll get over it. So, I bought some decorator's cork. Only needs to be simple. I'm going to go through because I'm going to tape over what I've got, and it's for these bits as well. A couple of things though. I bought this. It's only the cheap stuff. I didn't really see much point in getting anything expensive. But guns, okay. These things, for years and years and years, I've bought the cheapy naff ones, and I've always moaned that they don't work very well, and they're a bit annoying, okay? This one I bought from Shaftesbury Fixings, where I've got the screws from that put most of this together. It's really good quality, and I'm never going to look back, and it wasn't expensive. It was, I can't actually remember how much it was. But this thing is so much better. It's just like, it's really solid. You've got a lot more control with it. Don't look back. So don't skimp on the guns. I know you don't use them. Well, you might be in the trade. But even if you don't use them constantly, it's one of those things that when you've got it, you think, oh, why on earth have I messed around with the cheap naff ones that cost £1? Get yourself a decent one, and this thing's a lot easier. Even the fact that the end's open, so you can swap out the tubes. It's great. The other ones you have to try and, oh no. Anyway. So in this one, I've got a bit of a gap down there where I cut the floorboards. Sort of regretting that. I think they were in the right position in the first place, because when I did the frames, they didn't quite fit, and it took a lot of fiddling and messing around with the window and door frames to get them in the right place. And once that was done, it was actually this wall needed pushing out slightly. So the bit that I trimmed on that end board, did it need trimming? It's only a tiny gap, but you can actually see through to the floor. So that's going to be filled. I've got a couple of knots on the floor over there. I've got one that goes to the outside there, and then I've got a few little spots, you can probably see where I've painted them, that have been highlighted when I painted, that just look ugly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round, fill those up, then I've got some tape I'm going to put over these just in case it drops through, and then that's covered, and then I've got some plastic sheeting, nothing heavy duty, that's going to go on the floor, and then I've got carpet to go down, and then I'll probably have to get some kind of trim. I'm going to have to take these edge bits off, just because I want the carpet to go under them. No point cutting around little bits where I could just put the wood back in afterwards. But that's the plan for today. So let's get on with this, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, don't even need to cut that, I don't think. Start with that. So that's those filled in. So I'll go and clean these up. But the nice thing about this gun is, he says with two things in his hand, is the tube comes out really easy. There's no faffing around. I've got a cap for this. It's even got a pin for cleaning the end of the tube. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute, go in, finish more coffee off. I don't know why I'm stooping for the camera. So I'm going to go in, let that dry for a minute, then I'm going to tape the bits I put on the floor just to double check that nothing's ever going to come back up again. And then we'll get some carpet down. Exciting. So, I filled all the holes, covered them with a bit of tape as well, just in case, because the filler's not dried and I'd want to crack on. So I've got some plastic, it's only thin plastic, literally just to coat the floor. The bottom of the carpet's coated as well, so I should be fine. Also, this is raised off. I can't see really that I'm going to get much moisture coming through, so this is more of a just in case. I'm sure someone in the comments will prove me wrong on that one, but we will see. Really pleased. Carpet Shop, or the Carpet Stop, they seem to get their known name wrong. It's called the Carpet Stop, but they have shops. That's confusing, but apparently there's another place called the Carpet Shop Derby. But on their website, it says both. So anyway, I did some training for them. So I phoned them up and said, what have you got? And they said, oh, we've got some remnants. Almost the size I need. This is just under 5 metres by 2.4 something. And I got a piece that's 5 metres by 2.4. Crack in. 87 quid for a decent piece of carpet. You'll see it in a minute. But first off, now I've filled those, I'm going to cover this with plastic. Bought myself a staple gun. Been after one for ages, and I had a look. I thought they were expensive. This was off Amazon. It was, I think you could get it for 14 quid or 18 quid. I'll put a link in the description below. 18 quid for the stapler and a staple remover. The staple remover is really useful. I can go around and remove some of the staples on the outside of the building. I wish I'd had that before. But this is great. It's like a normal staple gun. You've got your little bag, and you've got your staples inside, which I've just dropped a few. So you've got your staples, but this does a few different lengths. Let's pick up the ones I dropped. Does a few different lengths of staples, but then it also does U-shaped staples for cables. Cool. Mind you, I don't see how much I trust myself stapling on cables. But it also does tacks. So it does short tacks. Does it actually say what size on here? So it does staples 4 to 14 millimeters, does U-shaped tacks 10 to 12 millimeters, and it does staples, single pin staples 10 to 14 millimeters. How cool is that? It just puts them down one side and you can staple them. I'm going to try it on the when I put the windows back in again. It'll be great for that. So quite a useful little bit. And for such a price, and yeah, I think, sorry, it was the one that came with, it came with something like 4,000 staples as well, of each, well, not 4,000 of each, but 4,000 in total. So a ton of staples, great. So People criticise Amazon. It's great, because if it's crap, I can send it back. But I've tried it a few times already. So, I've swept this out. It doesn't look like it because there's spackles of white paint all over it, because when I painted the walls, but it is fairly clean. The doors have been shut, so I'm going to start putting this down. I'll get this down. No need for you to watch this bit. See how big the plastic is, staple it down, literally just around the edges and down the middle probably, and then we'll see if that'll get the carpet. Now, I'm recovering from flu. I've got a bad back, as I've mentioned many times before, sorry, stuck record. That carpet's really heavy, and I've not really fitted carpet properly before. I'm not fitting it properly this time, but you'll have to bear with me because it's outside at the minute. I've lifted it on the steps so that it doesn't get wet. But yeah, let's get some plastic down. This is one of those jobs that was impossible to film. I kept on knocking the camera over because I'm pulling carpet about. Trying to get a long piece of carpet that's bigger than the room. Well, I don't envy carpet fitters. They do a wonderful job. But I've got this fairly flat. So I've stapled it around those edges. I'm just in the front now. Just made a right mess of cutting this edge. I'm going to leave the overhang at the front for the door to close over because I need to get a grip strip to go over that. I need to pop to the shop to go and get one of those. So I'm just going to go and do that side, but this really has been impossible to film, but I'm quite pleased with that. It needs vacuuming and tidying up, but I'm very pleased with that. So next plan, finish off cutting that edge, put the strips back in, then I need to go to the shop and get some strip for the front of the door and also some strips just to go around the edge to tidy the edge up. I'm not sure what I'll use for that, I'll find something. But much nicer. It's also dead in the echo in here. It's still echoing in here, there's nothing in here really. But it actually feels like a room. It's got something under your feet, so I'm very pleased with that. So, on with this. I'm exhausted. It's taken a lot of getting over flu, having a bad back, trying to lay carpet. Yeah, carpet fitters, they're worth their money in gold. But no, really good, really pleased with this. It's a nice neutral grey colour. We'll probably put rugs and things over it, but anyway, on with this. See you in a bit. Things I've learnt doing carpet. Don't do it when you're recovering from flu. Blimey, I gave up filming yesterday. I knocked the camera over so many times. Good job it's an action camera because it's hit the ground quite a lot. Really need to get some more screen protectors for it because they're shattered. So I'll treat it next week, I think. So, progress. Got the carpet down. It's settled down quite nicely. There's no big major waves in it, so I've not really pulled it tight. But manhandling that, I mean, it wasn't even that much bigger than the room. Had to cut off about that much. But yeah, big carpet in a small room, trying to bend it. Also, it didn't bend very well. It's quite a sturdy carpet, so that wasn't great. Sorted the door out though. So I had a little strip, a stop strip, draft strip, whatever it's called, that you put down, and I wanted the carpet to end up against it. And trying to think, I was going to get some grip strip, but then it was going to be above it. It was a little bit weird, but I found this. It's an angle. It's like, I can't remember what they called it at B&Q. But basically it's an aluminium end stop, that's it. It didn't quite fit, it's quite deep. And I'm thinking, oh, am I going to have to cut down? It's like 1.6 metres long. So I had to cut that much off, that's the spare bit. But I actually took the strip off that was there, and with the floorboards and the carpet, and there's a gap from where the floorboards end to where the strip that you put in for the door is, it fits just nicely down, and it fit perfectly. So, have I got, I've thrown it away. But no, B&Q, I mean, it's probably about 3/4 of an inch by an inch. Perfect. The only thing is now the door opens into the building a little bit too much and hits it. So I'm going to have to put probably about a 5mm step just in the middle, not a step, like a buffer for the door to stop against. But that's not the biggest of problems, is it? But that's a really nice solution. That's going to work really well. It's given a nice edge. So perfect. So this morning's task, skirting boards all the way around the edge. But again, I didn't really want full-on skirting boards. So I looked at getting the proper little angle strips used for laminate floor and small flooring, and they were £7.50 a length, and I needed something like 10 lengths. No, and also they were too short. So in the end I got some 12 by 44mm, just smooth timber, smooth plain timber. I bought a pack of 8. I don't actually need that many, but it'll all get used. But this was, how much was it? £2.70 a length. I bought a pack, it's slightly cheaper. So for a third of the price. So my plan is paint these black, then I'm going to take them out there, paint them all black, and then bring them in and put them around the edge to hide the staples. Well, you can't actually see the staples, but just tidy up the edges, and then that will be the flooring done. Then I can put the strips back in, which I bought in at the so they didn't get wet. Put them back in. They will probably need the bottoms just taken off a little bit, because now you've got the extra height of the carpet. But very pleased with that. So next, right then, get these painted, and then we'll start measuring things up and cutting. I'm going to paint them first, then cut them, because they're all going to be slightly different. I need to put these back in because they're going to butt up against them. But yeah, great stuff. Really, really pleased with that. And the sound in here is much better. It just feels more like a room now, which I'm very, very pleased with. And then get the vacuum out, because there's bits everywhere. But that's carpet. Yeah, the bottom of the carpet, it sort of like disintegrates, and then you get bits. But no, respect for carpet fitters. Anyway, let's go and split this pack open and start painting some stuff. So that worked quite well. I had to trim the upright because of the carpet now, and then I've just put the strip across there. So it's only painted light grey, but it just takes that edge off nicely. So I think that works. Yeah, fine. I'll vacuum up. So load more of these. So I've got to trim all of the uprights, put them back in, then go through, cut all these to length, and then we'll have a done carpet once I vacuum, because it's filthy. But cracking job. See you guys in a bit. I'm exhausted. So I've mentioned it several times, getting over flu, but respect to carpet fitters, because I'm shattered. So carpet done. Really, really pleased with it. So for reference, it was the carpet stop, confusingly also the carpet shop, sort of not, but maybe, but I've written this a little bit. But that was 2.9 by 5 meters for 87 quid, reduced from 189. So 100 quid reduction for workshop floor, and it's lovely now. It sounds great. The floor's lovely. Gone through it. Got the nice strip on the door there. That worked really, really well. Had to put a little buffer against it, so because it's slightly deeper in than before. But there we go. Floor done. So onwards and upwards to the next things. You might see some boxes in the corner there. That's for a future video. But no, this thing's coming along nicely. I have still got a few things to do on the outside. I've got to finish painting the doors and the windows. Got to take the plastic off the windows. That's soon. But I want to get more electrics in here. So next video, probably, I'm going to put some furniture together, because I've got an electric desk, and I'm going to figure out where I'm putting sockets and finish putting the electrics in. So like and subscribe. Hit the notification, hit the bell button below. There's tons of these videos. well, if you're watching this one, you've missed most of the workshop build. There will be some more. I've just got to put some gutters on. I've got to do all sorts. I've got to do more electrics outside. I've got to finish the garden. God, that's a lot of stuff. But I'm going to get the electric sorted, going to start building up in here. We can start using this room. So there's a huge playlist that's going to keep on growing. The workshop playlist will end at some point, maybe. But it's going to keep going. And then there's going to be the doing playlist, making stuff. I've got to put some nice shelves on the wall there. I've got to put more lighting in. So follow along, see with my little adventures of me bodging my way through trying to figure things out. And again, if you have any ideas, if you come up with things, if you think, oh, he could do with one of those, cool, give me a shout, put it in the comments below. I love interaction. I'm slowly building up followers. I've not got many at all. I'm not exactly a big channel, but hopefully one day I will be. And I'm just going to carry on making stuff and doing stuff that's fun. So hit that bell button, hit that notification, and I will see you in the next video.